past weekend, I was lucky enough to go to my local games workshop and put some paint to plastic. On your left is a Primaris Space Marine that has the Blood Angels red on it, and on your right is a Poxwalker that I was able to do some wet blending with multiple colors. We're going to jump now to a Test Marine that I took, or painted rather, with a bunch of different colors on there. And you can see the results are kind of different. I do want to stress, though, that these were quickly assembled by the store and given a quick priming. So the priming is kind of spotty in areas. I think he just like hit it straight forward. There's no base, so the miniatures weren't standing up. They were just laying down, and he hit them. But you can tell, though, for the most part, what the effect is like. Notice on the Nazdrag yellow on the helmet how much it pops and how much it shades. The Blood Angels red is really strong as well. Right above it on the thigh is the Flesh Terrors red. That was a high spot as well. And the Ultramarines blue looks like there's freaking edge shading on the edges. And that's just being applied. The Basilicum gray I'm not too enthusiastic about. It does kind of give like a faux metal. The Orc flesh was really cool. And I am also not a fan of the Gryph-hound orange, but your mileage may vary. This next test palette was done by my brother. He wanted to try out the yellows, blues, and greens just to kind of see where they all fell. The one standout on this miniature is the color that's on the backpack, and that's that Telesar blue. It just looks like it's metallic. I mean, at least that's what my eyes are picking up. It's insane. The Iyanden yellow that's on the forearm there, that was really nice. And he experimented a little bit by putting a green over that, so it's kind of like a brighter green. The Space Wolves gray, which is on the lower right-hand leg, that really was great too. I think the colors that are based off of the Space Marines themselves and their power armor, those are going to be great. They're going to be many applications for those. And for the parchment on the purity seals, I used Skeleton Horde. Now, not all colors were available to use. He had the bulk of them. But really the standouts are like the Space Marine colors. We really weren't impressed with the flesh tones, everybody that was there. I think that's going to require a little bit more playing around, and maybe it was due to the spray, like the primer not being down flat. I don't know, but I'm going to have to play around with it a little bit more. But holy cow, on organics, this stuff shines. And I know every other major YouTuber that got flown out to England has basically said as much. But it's really true. You got the Black Templar on the improvised weapon there. I base coated him in the Nurgling flesh. And then while it was still wet, I kind of mixed in other colors, mostly browns, to kind of darken them up a little bit. And then I used the Volupulus, purple, whatever it is. I'll put it on screen. But I used that for his tentacle worm arm. I was affectionately calling him Hentai Harry. NANI? While I was painting him. He took 20 minutes, 25 minutes to dry. You know, as you can see here, once dried, that's good enough to hit the table. I mean, you go back in with a fine brush, pick out the eyes, the teeth if you really want to, touch up the belt. He's ready to go. It's really cool. And I think it's going to give a lot of people that don't, or people that think they don't have a lot of skill painting, some much needed hobby confidence. How their miniatures are going to look on the table, whether it's DMing or playing competitive tabletop games or even just playing around the kitchen table. This is going to give you confidence to explore and expand your skill set. Or if you don't care about any of that, just have fully painted miniatures hit the table. So right now, my hot take, or my verdict, these are awesome. I would check it out. If you got a friend that's getting them, experiment. If you have a Games Workshop store nearby, go there. They'll let you play with the paints. It's pretty baller. Pretty awesome. And of course, I'm going to be painting some BattleTech minis and some other stuff with these once I actually get my paints in. So stay tuned.